Can it wait for a bit? Okay, if you're not too busy, then we can go to the palace right now. I just have such a bad feeling about this.
Hello, my name is Sarah. How may I help you? Sirens? Oh, you mean our courtesans. Just head up the stairs behind me and you will enter the brothel. Mr. Pinder? Well, he is a very respected gentleman amongst the staff, but I doubt they would call him an ally when it comes to our affairs. What's your relationship with him? Has he sent you here? Dead? That's very sad news. Like I said, our staff was quite fond of him. He always took time out of his life to help around the palace. May I ask how he died? Assassinated. Listen closely. I'm not supposed to give you any information regarding the sirens. Leave the palace and make your way down the hill. Turn left and you should see the entrance to a warehouse. Godama should be on guard duty right about now. Tell her that you know about the sirens and that I sent you. She will take care of you.
Let's head over to the warehouse.
This is the Euphoria Palace warehouse. There is nothing to see here, traveler. Did she now? No problem. You're cleared to go on through.
It's funny. All that reminds of the sun's inflated ego is that statue. Expecting someone else? You're lucky that Blondie over there seems to be here on her own terms. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered to say hello. Let's get straight to the point. Sarah dropped the news that Marcus is dead. Care to tell the full story? And you have no connection to the Mercs? Or to Purity? You just walked into the town one day and got involved in this mess. Well, I still don't trust you, but I'll leave your fate to Matari. Now walk with me. Try anything and you'll have to deal with more than just the four of us. At ease, ladies.
Freya, Matari instructed that you bring only the Pinter daughter.
Change of plans.
You brought the stranger with you? Are you out of your mind?
She had quite an interesting story. She might be worth keeping around.
Mistress, what are your orders? Surely we can't leave this woman alive. Not anymore.
I have faith in Freya's judgment. The stranger may stay.
See, Melody, just because you've moved up in rank doesn't mean your decisions are on par with mine. Now, let's get on with this. Mistress, the stranger has confirmed an attack on Jonestead, spearheaded by the heroes of Nern. Under direct orders by Project Purity, they were successful in killing Master Pinter. Commander Bosca escaped. Our savior here managed to secure the safety of the town's citizens and foil their second objective, to capture Kasha Pinder.
That explains the low number of mercs reported by our scouts near Fort Pazarath. They were busy dealing with the town.
The loss of Marcus will damage morale amongst the veterans, but we can manage. As of this moment, I am assuming the position of leader of our organization. Your ranks will remain as they are.
Wait, what about my mother? Where is she?
Your mother is dead. She was stationed at Fort Pazarath during the attack. There were no survivors.
No, not her too.
Melody, attend to her.
Yes, mistress.
Leave us, Freya. Inform the others of the news and have Tarius prepare a room for two. We can speak privately about the situation later.
Are you sure? Yes, mistress.
Dragonborn. No person of your caliber escapes my attention. The others fail to recognize you, but I do. Your aura, your demeanor, is of a magnitude I have not sensed for a very long time. You will receive your answers. First, I would like to congratulate you on succeeding where we failed. Our organization was founded in order to protect the Pinder family. Marcus may have been killed, but you ensured the safety of his daughter. The surprise attack on Fort Pazarath prevented us from sending any sirens to defend Jonestead. We lost a significant portion of our forces. Fort Pazarath was our only stronghold in Skyrim besides this palace. It is off the eastern coast, isolated and heavily fortified. Pazarath shares a similar history to this palace. It belonged to Purity before being abandoned. It is now theirs once again. Besides what Marcus may have told you, there is little that we know. The Project Purity of today is certain to have motivations far different from the Purity that existed 200 years ago. The current one is a spiritual successor, carrying only the name and the resources. It is next to impossible to gather intelligence on an enemy that has remained in the shadows for so long. However, we do have information on the mercenary group that you encountered in Jonestead and its commander. The Argonian comes from a wealthy family. His entire inheritance went into the formation of the Heroes of Nirn. Service records of the men in the company portray them in a positive light. Collectively, the company has seen action in every province. Their contracts usually consist of defending villages from bandits and carrying out reconnaissance for whoever they believe is fighting for justice. Hence, their name. I have provided you all the major details about the two forces that are conspiring against us. Everything else is conjecture based on scout reports. That will be enough talk, Dragonborn. The Pinder daughter is in need of comfort over the loss of her mother. I believe only you can help with that matter. Good. Before you leave, I have requested that a room be made available for the two of you. I have further business that should be discussed over dinner in the presence of company. Speak with Tarius the butler in the dormitory lobby and he will show you to your room. It would be wise for you and Kaja to get some sleep in the safety of this palace. For the time being, I am asking that Kaja remain here. Although you are free to come and go as you please, you are dismissed.
I have nothing to say to you.
We are ready to defend our mistress, stranger.
Matari let you live. I'm surprised. I passed by Blondie in the lobby, moping. I'm having trouble believing she's a Pinder. problem with her attitude. I was expecting so much more. So disappointing. Aw, how cute. Go on. Get back to whatever it is you were doing. You're no fun.
Hey, Melody and I were just talking. So we're getting a room? That's nice. What did Matari say? Anything about my mother? That's okay. I'm sure you had more important things on your mind. Not here. Let's go find our room first.
Ah, the visitors. I am Terrius, the Siren's butler. Please, let me show you to your room. This is your room, madam. I will be in the lobby if you need anything. Have a good night.
I was hoping for something a little more cozy. This place feels so empty. I'm glad I'm not the only one. In that room with Matari, I felt so uncomfortable. It was so cold and dark. I felt like I was alone, yet you were all there with me. And when I heard about my mother, I had to leave. I can't believe it. First my father, now my mother. A mother I never knew. Thanks. You've been quite helpful so far. A friend? Thank you. Remember that we have the Sirens on our side. They'll help out, I think. I didn't mean to sound judgmental. We just got here. I can't help but feel disappointed, you know? How Matari and Freya reacted? First impressions, I guess, can say a lot. I expected them to feel like I did. Maybe more about my father. I wanted them to. To know that my father didn't sacrifice his entire life only to not be respected by the thing he created. Yet they seemed so dismissive of it. It didn't even affect them. I wonder if my father distanced himself too far from the Sirens so he could be with me. But then that would mean he made a mistake. The Sirens are more important in the end. They were his family. Maybe he put a little too much effort raising me, but that's not the point. I'm concerned about the Sirens' motivations. Do you think if their fortress hadn't been attacked, they would still be helping us? Would my father's death have been enough to motivate them into continuing the fight? I need to know they're doing this to protect others and not for vengeance. Yes, but we can never know for sure. I want to ask you something. You're my guardian and I'm your maid, but I need to be something more. For my father. I want to join the Sirens, to make sure my family isn't forgotten if we win this war. I can train. I'm not afraid of what I'll have to endure. Really? Wow, thank you. I was afraid it would take a lot more to convince you. No problem. I'll practice every day to make sure that never happens. I know, but with your support, it will be a lot easier. I'll bring it up during dinner with Matari. Back me up, okay? Don't let them make you second-guess yourself. I won't. Anyway, I was thinking of getting some sleep. I'll do my share of exploring some other time. I do want to check out how the Sirens train, and hear their advice. Get an idea on what to expect if they do accept me into their ranks. But you should go out and have some fun. Take a break from adventuring for once. I'm sure there's plenty to see down here, and interesting people to talk to. Just don't hang around on the upper floors. Unless you're into the sort of things that go on up there. Oh, I know. We need to stick together in places like that. I won't take up any more of your time. Let me know when you want to go to bed so I can get dressed. We have a big day ahead of us. Don't stay out for too long. Ready to get some sleep? I am. Okay, just give me a minute to change to my sleepwear. Stay over by the door. No peeking! This shouldn't take too long. All I need is a nice evening gown and we can finally get some rest. I wanted to ask you something. When we first met back in the warehouse at Jonestead, I was arguing with Bosco, remember? You looked! How dare you! Must have slipped? Just shut off the lights. I'm going to bed. This is such a wonderful day. We're here to get married, silly.
At last you have arrived, child. Are you prepared to commence your long-awaited wedding ceremony? Then you are only a friend that should play along, for her sake. I'm glad you chose the right path. Very well, let us begin. Do you agree to be bound together in love, now and forever?
I do, now and forever.
Under my authority, I declare this couple to be wed. I present you with the freedom to return and wake up.
Easy there. You're in Euphoria Palace, our dorm room. Are you okay? Do you want me to get some water? I'm not sure. At first I thought you were restless, but then you started struggling violently in bed. Freya was nearby. I asked her for help and she ran off to get someone. What do you mean? Hey, wait. Something happened. Do you want to talk about it? I'm your maid. I'm supposed to help, remember? Please just tell me what's wrong. Where did you go? And what did you see? Did you, And I guess you, woke up after that, right? At least it's over now. We can get back to sleep.
The hero has awoken. Now, you'll learn as much of the truth that can be permitted by me, a silent observer. You've spoken to her on Nirn, and she's spoken to you in the Void, the same being broken into two. I of course speak of Matari. You know her as the new leader of Serenity's Sirens. But her significance to this world surpasses the factions and conflicts that have formed around her. My master would like you to know that we are watching and waiting for the results of your actions. We know how it must end, but perhaps something will be left so that we may meet again. I cannot do that. Ignorance is the only thing that is keeping you free. You must play this dangerous game of pretend. Follow Matari's every command and suggestion. Have her believe that you are her puppet. And when the moment comes when you are one step away from death, you will know what must be done. You cannot kill what isn't alive, but you can certainly try. And you can make her feel fear. Keep this knowledge in the back of your mind. Offer the slightest hint of hesitation or displeasure in Matari's presence, and she will discover our little secret. Trust us, and the worst that will happen is that you will lose the approval of the Sirens. Trust Matari, and you risk damning countless realms. You're a hero, no matter what anyone may tell you. Only a fool would choose the path of self-destruction. There's one last thing you should know before I leave. There are heroes on both sides of this war between Purity and the Sirens. The one called Baska is set on a similar path to destroy his own masters. Leave him be, and Purity will unravel from within. Will you? He certainly won't. Now that the two of you have met, he's come to admire you as a fellow hero. Use that to your advantage. You'll realize that a part of him will always be holding back. I must return to my companions. May we meet again after skies divide. Dovahkiin.
Let me guess. You want to talk? Time to move, I guess.
Madam? It felt odd at first, but then I realized something. These women, despite their kinship with one another, needed someone unique in their lives. They know that for the rest of their maiden years, they will not have the opportunity to speak with a male on equal terms. When Marcus was alive, the rare and brief visits were inspirational to the Sirens, but he was a leader, a man that required respect. What the Sirens needed was a friend that would tend to all their needs. That is why I'm here, and happy to serve. We have Purity to thank for that. These lights were already installed and functional when the palace was rediscovered. All these years later, and there's never been a need for maintenance. All the Sirens seem to view her as an idol. I see her as a boss that is kind enough to provide food and shelter.
What's up? It's too early. Remember? We need to make our way over there around 5. What's up? It's too early. Remember? We need to make our way over there around 5. What's up? It's too early. Remember? We need to make our way over there around 5.
No.
Hello there. Always nice to meet a friendly face.
Is this your idea of girl and girl action? What? I heard someone say it. I'm not even sure what it means.
What's up? Just on time. Let's get going.
You do not belong here, interloper.
You're both here. Let us begin. Ladies, assemble. Elda? Zana? Catherine? Morrigan? Myself, Melody? And our mistress, Matari. Please, have a seat. We will be with you shortly. I hope you're doing well today, ma'am. We have a variety of dinner platters available thanks to our chefs. We have the seafood platter, meat platter, vegetable platter, and cheese platter. What would you like? Meat platter? Got it. Would you like anything to drink? We have Blackbriar Mead Reserve, Honningbrew Mead, Alto Wine, and Nord Mead. Blackbriar Mead Reserve it is. Okay, Miss Pinder. What is your order?
Vegetables and wine.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Melody will be back soon. We may begin our discussion in the meantime. I just ate. You appear tired. I promise to keep our discussion short. Tell me, have you ever had the fortune of being taken care of by multiple servants, and have all your desires made a reality? There is no harm in having more, as you can see with my maidens. I understand that you have an appreciation of combat. Have you ever served as a commander? Whatever experience you have will be enough to command your own group of sirens.
Dinner is ready.
Assuming you accept, you will be given an honorary rank within our legion and be greatly rewarded for helping us end Project Purity. Your followers will obey your every word on the battlefield, even if it means certain death. There are obvious boundaries. They cannot be ordered to attack a fellow sister or harm our organization in any way. When you have proven yourself to be an effective leader, I will grant you permission to employ several sirens of my choosing. What you do with them is your personal affair, but they will always remain loyal to our order. A wise choice.
And she won't be alone. I want to join Serenity Sirens. I'll need training. I understand that it'll be difficult, but I promise to make the effort.
And you approve of this? Good. Then she will join. There is no need. As honored protectors of the Pinder family, I find it fitting that the young one wishes to pay her respects to Marcus by joining our forces. Yes. The training will rigorously challenge young Kaja on a physical and mental level. Instead of explaining to you all the details, I direct you to speak to Battlemaster Trisha in the armory. She will provide the both of you with weapons, information, and assignments. In the coming weeks, I will be preparing us all for the inevitable. We will be retaking Fort Pazarath. Our finest moment is approaching. The death of purity will mark the end of this 200-year war, and at last we will be free. I must continue my meditation. Enjoy your dinner. We will speak again soon.
That was easy. What? So joining was a bad idea? Why didn't you say anything? Don't lose it yourself. I trust you more than her with my life. You say that now, but we both know what that night was about. Be careful. Not for my sake, but for yours. Oh, I'm finished. I wasn't that hungry anyway. I'll meet you over in the armory.
Commander? Freya, she told us about Matari's plan to give you an honorary rank. You wouldn't be here if you hadn't accepted. The good news is that we can forego training and normal induction procedure. The bad is that I have no idea how well you'll work with my ladies. We've been at this a long time, Commander, doing routine missions here and there to make ends meet. Bonds have formed, and every mission is expertly choreographed by me. You're strong, no argument there. But you're being introduced into our Legion during what will be our greatest string of operations this organization has ever conducted. The enemy we've trained to defeat all our lives is here. Can I trust you on the battlefield and with my women? Then prove yourself to them. I'm giving you a small, easy assignment. Enough time to earn the respect of some of the warriors before we begin our combat operations.
Whoops. I thought you were done.
Ms. Pinder, do you have something to say?
Well, guess they didn't tell you about me joining as a new recruit.
No, they didn't. Commander, may I speak to you over there? This wasn't your decision, was it, Commander? A potential siren is recruited after months of observation and testing. We must be sure that they will accept when we reveal to them the existence of our order. We know of Ms. Pinder's history through Marcus. As she is now, she would not qualify to be a siren. She lacks any form of combat experience and has a timid personality. Admirable for a woman, but not a warrior. We will have to push her mental and physical limits. She will break, but if she is committed, she can rebuild herself to be a siren. Maybe, but training will determine her inner strength. I just wanted to let you know out of courtesy. Time will be an issue, and our instructors will be limited as we focus our resources towards purity. If basic training is all she gets during our tight schedule, then so be it. May the bonds between her and the sirens form through battle. I'll discuss training with Kasha personally. Back to the topic of your assignment. I'm sending you out with a team to gather scout reports from our agents stationed in Dawnstar and Winterhold. We know there will be trouble. A group of sirens will be attractive prey for Purity and the heroes. What they don't expect is for you to be there with them. You've given them quite the scare in Jonestead. Inspire a little more fear and the roads are ours. They'll be hesitant to waste warriors on pointless patrols afterwards. Lilith will be the team leader. She's right over there in the smithing area. This mission will be your one chance at learning our ways. Next mission, you'll be given command and a complimentary katana to call your own. Now go, and fight well, Commander. Dismissed.
So what's up? You're the commander? Hope you're a master marksman. We're dying for people who know how to use a bow properly. Sure. I always pass on a few tips to those willing to learn. Let's hope Kasha doesn't get herself hurt. Her family has done more than enough for our Legion. No, they train themselves. Carriage driving isn't the most glamorous job around here, but it's the most self-driven. Pun not intended. Out and around Skyrim, it gets lonely without them, and I am fearful for their safety, but we all know the risks. Well, what is there to say for a woman that rarely makes public appearances? There's a ton of tales floating around about how incredible she is at everything, from dueling to archery. I'm just dying to have a one-on-one talk with her so I can confirm or deny whether any of them are true. Good talk.
Was there something you wanted? Yes, let's go.
Welcome aboard, Commander. Yes, Trisha told me beforehand that you would be assigned to my team.
it's quite an honor. I've already briefed the others about the mission. As Trisha said, we need to gather valuable intel reports regarding the heroes' movements to and from Fort Pazarath. Information like that can damage a defense strategy. They will not give it up easily. You're learning quickly. When Purity and the heroes learn that you've made an alliance with the Sirens, they'll think twice before sending warriors to the field. A hesitant enemy is exactly what we need this early in the war. Good. Our plan is to head to Winterhold, and then Dawnstar by carriage. There are several checkpoints along the way where our sisters are waiting to track our progress. If we fail to arrive at a checkpoint within a given time, they will begin patrols to ensure all is well. When you're ready, meet us in front of the catacombs entrance.
You're leaving? Yep, it's as intensive as I could have imagined. Training in combat, seduction, leadership. It's going to take one big speed run through something that normally takes months. Trisha says that I'll have to stay down here until plans are finalized for the Fort Pazarath battle. Looks like you'll have to do away with my maid services for a while. Sorry. Can you? Your houses are a lot cleaner ever since I came along. Like I said, cleaner. I'll be fine. Remember, this is the safest place for me to be in all of Skyrim. Go on and do what you have to do without me getting in the way. Right. Good luck and take care of yourself.
My, Commander, you're making friends quite easily. Don't get too carried away now, or some of them will get jealous. Fine.
Commander, this is my team. Our team. On the ledge is Moline, a recent addition to our league, and an adaptable warrior in any environment. Over here is Samantha. We joined Serenity Sirens at the same time. She specializes in enemy tactics and history.
Wait, that's it? Come on, Lilith, introduce yourself.
The commander knows who I am.
No, you know what I mean. Don't be so modest. Promote your skills. Give the commander something to look forward to.
Samantha! She can judge for herself when we're in combat.
Jeez, Lilith is a mean dual-wielding maniac. She...
Damn it, Samantha! Show some respect. Lilith is in charge of this mission. Are you planning on treating the commander the same way?
I didn't mean to.
We can continue this conversation on the carriage. Talia is waiting. I should give you a heads up. There are 4 checkpoints. We'll be stopping at 2 on the way to Winterhold, and the other 2 on the way back from Dawnstar. There are sirens posted at each one. If you have to take care of personal business on the trip, the rest of the team will be waiting at the last visited checkpoint. The agents with the scout reports will be waiting at the local taverns. I'll need to be present so I can recite the code word and get the papers. If they're smart, they'll strike after checkpoint 4. Getting back up from the palace isn't as easy with visitors coming and going. They know that. We're ready when you are. Hop on the carriage and we'll be on our way.
Great to see. Are you ready now? It'll be a bumpy ride. Hold on! Never should have come.
We have a problem. Aradaru is telling me that the Siren Mage we saw by the pool needs to get to the palace. Protocol states that we can't substitute one mission for another, and...
Enough protocols. I need Alaray out of here now. She's mentally unfit and a burden to me and Emmy. If she ends up getting killed, her blood is on your hands. We've done all we could.
We're expecting an encounter with Purity and the heroes on our route. Alare would be much safer here than with us.
You would be safer if we got rid of the annoyance. Once she's out of here, I can return to guarding this checkpoint without having to look over at Alaray every minute. You're too predictable, Lilith. Always abiding by the rules. Let me talk some sense into you through this commander. I've never seen you before. You must be the one from the palace reports. A special recruit, huh? Like I said, take the Dunma girl away so we can get back to guarding this post. At last, someone who sees reason. Lilith has a lot to learn from you. Now get Alaray out of my sight. Let the Battlemaster know that I'd like to have a word with her about this mess when I get back. And can you tell Lilith something for me? Tell her that Misha is at the next checkpoint. That should rattle her. Ha ha ha!
Did you convince Aradarum to keep Alare here? I hope you understood the risks involved in our mission when you agreed. We can't take Alare back right now, and she can't wander back to the palace alone on foot. But what's done is done. I hope she'll stay down, if and when we're ambushed. Misha, now I understand why I haven't seen her for a while at the palace. Aradarum and Misha are two of Freya's pupils. Anyone trained by Freya tends to look at me in disgust. I'd rather not get into it. The memories are painful. Go and get Alare. Tell Talia when we're ready to leave.
Is this it? Am I finally going home to Morrowind? So it isn't home. Maybe someday. I had so many friends. The only friends I had were at the fort. Now they're all dead. I heard she was at Hazarath, but I never met her. Undercover to avoid favoritism. Mother, I want to go home.
Are we done here? Checkpoint 2 awaits. It'll get colder from here on out. Huddle up, ladies.
I couldn't do it. Gods, I couldn't. I'm such a coward. I tried, but I couldn't bring myself to get halfway. Misha would kill me this time. Even now that she's blind, she would still kill me. All I need to say is, we're safe. No problems yet. But I can't even say that. Not after what I've done. Commander, please, do me a favor. Let Misha know that we're proceeding into Winterhold. That is all you need to say. Try not to talk about me, or ask questions. It would get ugly.
Loud, not silent like purity. Who approaches? I ask who approaches. Scout reports. You're the honorary commander that I was told about. You already reek of Lilith's scent. Stay for a while. We are in the middle of something interesting. I know that you defeated the heroes in Jonestead, but a siren has yet to taste that victory. For all the women lost in Fort Pazarath, for all the pain inflicted by this man's brothers on my sisters, he must be punished. I want to make him my brother in darkness. His right eye is already broken. Only his left is left. Enjoy the last moments of your sight, Monroe. Soon all you will have left to enjoy in this life will be the music of my sirens. Only the music can drown out the screams. Commander, please, gouge the eye out of this monster. I need rest. Sirens! The melodies! Louder! Pitiful. He was too weak to endure any more pain. All he did was wince. That is all I cared for. It was satisfying. Alive or dead, does it matter? We win. Return to the coward. Let her know that I'm afraid, but I am also alive.
Do you have something to say? I'm glad that's sorted.
Did something happen? What? Okay, let's hurry and get out of here. Ready to go? Good. Talia went on ahead. She'll meet us at the Frozen Hearth. Our agent will be there as well.
Now, calm yourself. You know I'm irresistible.
Paso silu mara.
There is no need for that. This one knows who
Mages
you are.
don't let us go in the colony.
Papers.
They said it's
Here.
not safe in there.
Interesting activity.
Thanks. We got the papers. Just a quick look through them and it gives us a better idea on what's going on over at Pazarath. Not yet. There's something I want to show you. Come. It isn't too far.
Take your time. It's not like we're freezing out here or anything.
Open the safe and take out the bottle. Open the safe and take out the bottle. There it is. The thing that started this war. Project Purity called it Aerosap. One drop is all it takes to increase the sex drive of a female victim to extreme levels. It has no effect on males, just as Purity intended. Once the victim is under the influence, the effects are permanent until they are past the age of childbearing. The psychological effects stay for a lifetime. All the sirens know the story of the Pinder twins that were poisoned by this. 200 years ago, the world was so close to destruction, and they didn't even know it. Not because of the Oblivion Crisis, but because of this. If Purity's plans hadn't been foiled, we'd all be under their reign. They would have distributed it to the wealthiest clients first. They would have controlled our populations. All it took was one person to stop that from happening. Serenity, the being that our order is named after. Her sacrifice to destroy the source of Aerosap set Purity back years. Enough time for the Pinder family to grow and expand, to fight, and to die. Each generation has sacrificed everything to stop Purity. God's willing. Kasha will not be among them. That's the last bottle of Aerosap. It's not mine. It's Freya's. There. No. Freya doesn't need it. You've seen her. Probably talked to her. She kept it as a trophy. I don't know how she got her hands on it in the first place, but it's definitely the last. There were 23 bottles accounted for in recovered Purity manifests. All but one was destroyed, She showed it off whenever we came up here for training. It gave us a motivation to persevere. There's no need for that now. We have all the motivation we need after everything that's happened. I wanted to ask you something, but it should wait. Talia must be getting worried sick. I forgot. Alare told me she was going to visit the college. Can you go get her? The rest of us will be waiting back at the carriage.
Got to thinking. Beyond the Dragonborn. So no one
Commander, do we have to leave? I've always wanted to see the college since I was a little girl. This is where I belong. I made a mistake joining the Sirens. I thought I would be able to handle the king, but I was wrong. So wrong. No one has ever left Serenity's Sirens. I don't want to be the first. I would think I'm a coward. You would do that? Thank you! It's so refreshing to see such kind acts. Oh, we should hurry then.
Lightly armored means light on your feet. Smart.
One city down, one more to go. Ready? You don't need to tell me twice.
Got the reports, but we might have trouble. There was an odd man in leather armor at the inn. He was obviously interested in me and the agent. Go ahead. Best if I stay here since he already saw me. Be careful.
Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
For crying out loud, what is it now? Ah, damn. You're not my drinking buddy. Drinking away my troubles, friend. You? Who are you? Her wife? Can a man scope out the goods without having somebody jump down his throat? You know what? There is. But I ain't talking. Unless you buy me some Blackbriar mead. Yeah.
I envy you travelers. Dreams aren't affecting anyone not from here. Sure, what can I do for you? Ah, a fine but bloody tale. I can do that one.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding
So, you bought me some meat or what?
And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
Need a room? Don't worry.
Then he went quiet
Nightmares
to
don't
Ragnar
seem to
the Red
happen
when
for
he met
travelers.
the shield
Take a
maiden
look.
Matilda, who said,
See ya.
"Oh,
So, you bought me some meat or what?
drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down
Haha!
and leave."
That's the good stuff.
And so then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave last Matilda
Yeah. So, here's the thing. I was so interested in the blue-haired freak because their kind had crossed paths with my old family. Ever heard of the Dark Brotherhood? I used to be with them before they kicked me out. Me and my buddies were all blamed for botching those strings of missions a while back. Don't know if you've ever heard of them Ashen women with a tendency to stick their fingers into our business. Every single damn mission. They showed up. Stole our kill, gold, whatever. And we were all freshly inducted into the Brotherhood. Poor Sobs had barely killed a couple of mercs before we started going after the big contracts. All of us were kicked out for such pathetic attempts at fulfilling our duties. They didn't believe a word. Can you believe it? The hottest women this side of Tamriel beat us to the punch. Oh, don't go telling that story around the taverns. Yep. But I don't have to tell you that. You know it. So you two an item or what? Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Listen here. I want some serious payback against those bitches. Just say the word and me and my buddies will follow you to the ends of the world to take them out. Mother always said to go out with a bang. I'd die happy if I got to sink my sword into at least one of them for getting me kicked out of the family. Whatever you say, but if you change your mind, you know where to find me. Just ask for Dimitri. I can get my entire crew ready within days. Remember, friend, when the entire world seems to have turned against you, you are not alone. Hey, barkeeper, another drink. I'm dying of thirst over here.
What troubles you, my daughter?
Dangerous post, North Star. If the bandits don't get you, the animals will.
Did you figure out why he was so curious? Okay, that's what I thought. Assuming he's not lying, I doubt he has any affiliations with the Heroes or Purity. We should get going. The way back will be a lot more eventful, with a possible ambush. Remember to stay alert.
Let's hit the road. Keep your eyes peeled for shady characters.
Need something?
Commander? Yes. I take it you're going to ask about Misha. It was years ago, when I was still in training. My performance caught the attention of Freya. She offered to become my personal instructor. I'd heard rumors of her rigorous training exercises from my sisters. None were detailed enough to give me an idea of what to expect. I accepted. It wasn't long before I met her other students. Aradaru, Elda, Misha. There were others. Many perished at Pasirath. But these three were the ones that I grew closest to. Our lessons were very basic to begin with, but they evolved to become more complex and demanding. When we were finally given missions, Freya's true colors were shown. She tortured our targets, made them suffer needlessly to get information we could have easily gotten without violence. It wasn't long before she ordered us to do the same. I refused. In return, I was mocked by the same students that I had learned to call sisters. I was called weak and pathetic, unworthy. All except Misha. She was the one person who stayed silent, and the only one who provided comfort. I chose to stay, even as the insults and punishment for disobeying orders grew more severe. One day, Freya took us to Winterhold for what was supposed to be a routine training exercise. disgusting acts upon one another. That's all you have to know. More determined than ever, I stood my ground. Freya's tolerance finally broke. She grabbed me by the neck and threw me to the ground. A barrage of punches and kicks followed. All she could do was laugh hysterically. I almost lost consciousness. When it was finally over, I got up to face Freya. She grinned. Before I could decide whether I was willing to sacrifice my life to kill this woman, I heard a whisper behind me. Lilith, you're a disgrace. I should have known. Misha had eventually reduced her contact with me until it became non-existent. That sentence confirmed everything. She was no longer a friend. She had become another casualty of Freya's teachings. So I turned around and set out to end her life. I got on top of her and gouged out her eyes. Screams. Freya started laughing. I stopped and realized what I was doing. I was in shock. Freya congratulated me for finally fulfilling the very first order she had given all of us: torture another being. Misha's screams had alerted the guards. We had no choice but to abandon her. It was several weeks before she showed up at the palace. She had escaped from jail and made her trek by foot, blind, bloody, and naked. Freya was elated to see her student again. All I could feel was shame. I left Freya's group and returned to resume my original training. I haven't spoken to Misha since. Maybe, but I'll deal with it when the time comes. I could have left Serenity Sirens after the incident, but I didn't, even though I disagreed with everything Freya put me through. I chose to stay. It would have been selfish of me otherwise. Our order was born out of a man's hope to save his family, and to destroy the evil that was infecting the world. How could I abandon a cause like that? I showed you at Winterhold why we choose to fight. Our methods might not be the same, but we are all sisters, fighting for something we can believe in. But you, what are you fighting for? You have your own journey ahead of you, to stop the dragons and save the world. So why are you helping us? You need a world to come back to. I understand. And when there is nothing left to fight, what do you plan on doing with the rest of your life? You have no reason to worry. Your future will come to you. I don't know. Marcus promised us that we would all be free when purity was removed from the world. That all sirens would be welcome to live in Jonestead, where we could live out the rest of our lives in peace. But he's dead. Matari has never spoken to us of the future, and none of us have really cared. She's like a mother to some of us. Her presence gives some of us hope that everything will be all right, no matter the outcome. Disbanding Serenity Sirens after the war was Marcus's plan, with Matari. I think she wants to keep the order intact, so we can all be together. Did I? Sorry, I misspoke. The truth is, I'm just as curious about our fate as you are. Understood. You should get some rest before we make our way to Checkpoint 4. Pasosilumara. Peace be with you, sister.
I never thought the countryside would be so pleasant.
My head. What happened? The ride back is going to be terrible for me. Let's go. All right.
A trap.
But why here, when checkpoint 4 is just up ahead? Unless...
Come, but keep your weapon drawn. Let him make no sudden movements. report.
I knocked this guy outright when he was about to kill Talia. Nice and visible in a spell.
Too bad rogues give up for Gwent. 200 years and you still haven't learned.
Thanks, Sam. I owe you one.
Don't mention it.
Good work, all of you. Alare, are you fine?
Fine.
It seems we have this man in our hands now. Good thing we left the hero behind at checkpoint 2. A purity prisoner is far more valuable.
You've gained nothing. In fact, I believe you've lost more today than you know. How fare the sirens that you visited one by one on your way here? Do you realize our lack of concern of reinforcements coming to your aid is more than just confidence?
Did your mother never teach you when to shut up?
Stop. We'll find out ourselves if what he says is true. We'll be passing by checkpoint 4 on the way back to the palace. We can confirm whether this man's reports are true, judging by what we find. Either way, we need to leave immediately and alert Trisha. The rest of you mount up. I'll follow you on foot.
Euphoria Palace. You hide behind the walls that we built. Yet you can't even make the connection. We are the only reason you exist.
We exist to fight you.
Is that so? Amusing that you remain so ignorant of your purpose.
What do you mean?
Well, that would be telling. And as your superior should know, truth kills. All of you, hear me. Do not allow yourself to be led to slaughter fighting for a lie. What has she promised you? Liberty? Salvation? Resist temptation. Denounce your creed.
Is this a joke?
Let him speak.
We know the only means to victory. But do any of you have what it takes? I see a woman, blinded by her past, who can no longer see the future. Warriors who know only the ways of the sword. A pitiful mage. A drunk.
Hey!
And you, the so-called hero adoringly praised by her followers, and vehemently cursed by those who aren't so easily swayed by childish portrayals of an infallible being. Like all who came before, you equate victory with survival and peace, defeating one threat to this world after another. Do you not think there are consequences? You are not delaying anything. You are only making it stronger. I ask you again. Do any of you have what it takes to purify the world so it can be made whole again? The road to your salvation is not through survival, but destruction. Only then will all be right in the world.
Easy there, Prophet. Or you might go hoarse.
Jest if it makes you feel better. None of you will be laughing when the land quakes beneath you, and there will be nothing to do but fall.